here and there. So, who is Evans Kwesi Mensah? He is a best-selling author of 2 books that I've read personally and was personally very impressed. Not because I know him personally, but these books have me, you need to have them. Okay, and he's also a McKinsey and Company Fellow. He is a business strategy and training consultant, and has so many programs and projects that you could follow online and all over the place. He's an executive coach for leaders and companies. He is a past National Council member of the United Nations Association. He's also a former chair Sustainable Development Goal SDG 17 in the United Nations with the US. He's asked country chair. He asked me Hope Eisenhower Fellowship in Ghana, and he's also 2018 honoree of prestigious Washington DC 8-man award for social impact. He's also on the board Howard University certification. He's also a faculty member, University of Edinburgh University College. And currently he's a professor adjunct in the United States. And there's a lot he's doing here in Ghana, for which reason we here to West Institute so that we can talk in the light of what we are on as Solution Ghana, the project we are on as Solution Ghana, investing in a bit about why you are here in Ghana and how long you're going to be here. Well, I know there are so millions of dollars here. If you can just give us a peek into what you do while you are here.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank you, listeners and viewers, for being with you. I think you've done fantastic over the years. I've seen you grow and follow your work, and now I'm very impressed. And to mess up your introduction, as a matter of fact, he's my little brother.
Oh, you just have to say that. And I'm so proud to be his younger brother.
Directly, so I'm very proud of you for what you've achieved for yourself.
Thank you so much.
And so, I'm home. I mean, usually when people say I came and somebody in the United States was calling or texting and said, when are you coming home? And I said, no, I'm home. I'm a Ghanaian. I mean,
you went to visit.
Yeah. So I'm just blessed with some opportunities. But the most important thing is that it's good to be home. I'm eating a lot of my local foods, which is truly organic. We try to chase things that are not real for our health as we grow. I'm being and enjoying myself and enjoying the environment, and of course to observe and watch how things are going. So I didn't come here
to make some money as well.
Of course, but I didn't come here to watch the traffic. I came here for a reason, so I'm not just here because I'm enjoying the traffic, and I'm here for that reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so you've been away and you're back. You keep going up and down, actually. What differences are you seeing in the business climate? Are we improving generally? Is the environment-wise, are we improving? Are there things you're still worried about?
Well, it's kind of like a paradox. When you look at the real estate, why not? Things are improving in that area, but how many people can afford it? Our roads are still not the best, so that's not improving. So it's kind of like when I say paradox, some things are doing well, the other things we are improving is our way of dressing has improved. Ghanaians, we know how to dress.
Yes.
Like you, I mean, you see. So for that, we speak big English, Oxford, Harvard English, Lincoln English, Ashesi English, whatever university, forgive me, but we speak good. But there's also a downside, and I'm not here to point fingers because I'm a Ghanaian. There's a lot of work to be done. Okay. So yes, I'm just observing and experiencing so many things at the same time. So.
Okay, well that's interesting. A lot of work to be done. Well, talking business, talking Ghana and investment. Which areas, for instance, would you say that? Okay, so these are the areas that needs work to be done, and at the same time it's going to give you the value for the money in your climbing up the business ladders in Ghana. Which areas have you keenly observed? These are the areas that any American, or not any American, but people in the West End, the expatriates, people with some little money who want to invest should be looking at?
Well, there's a lot of areas to be. We are really blessed. Like when I was coming right now, I was chanced on a radio station. I don't know if you know what station. I just flipped, and they were singing a very local music, and the music was talking about. Are your listeners only English people, or they understand all languages?
Oh yes, we are mixed breed.
Thank you. So they were basically talking about, Ghana, you war cocoa, Ghana, you war gold, Ghana, you war lithium. You should be proud to be a Ghanaian. Meaning we have cocoa, we have lithium, we have cocoa, we have. Unfortunately, we even import toothpick into the country. So when you look at that, I was sad rather. Listening to that, because it's true we have all those things. We just celebrated 80 years last week of independence.
Yes.
But to me, we are economical slaves. So for that, the average person is not really enjoying. So when you ask me what is there, there's millions of things, myriad of things to do. But the individual, that's what we go into coaching and you know, and trying to align the right people to the right tool, the right institution to the right tool. Because if you are the left ear and you want to be the right ear, you might not do well, even though they all sound ear. Somebody is supposed to be the nose, not the neck. There's a reason. That metaphor is there in reality for a reason. So I think even as a country, we need to start aligning with the right people, the right industries, the right governments, partnerships to understand. Because we have the family. I can mention, if you just want me to talk like anybody, we have the family, we have the oil and gas, we have all this, but the timing, you can do the right thing at the wrong time. So the timing of what you do, what you invest, and the people that you invest in is critical. At this point, we are overly, our balance of trade is embarrassing. All right? We import more than we export. So that's what affects our foreign exchange and everything.
I'm looking at a global market that says that you gotta be this good in order to permeate the market, or you gotta have this strategy or level of expectation should be met on this level. How do we, you know, align standards with right personality, right, you know, talent? How do we make sure that we are not compromising on standards, but whilst we are talking, okay, I cannot be this, or I cannot, or this person cannot do this, or this person cannot do that? How can we make sure that we are not, you know, we are thinning the lines between quality and standards as against what somebody is, or naturally, you know, is, as far as Ghana and Africa is concerned?
A very great question, but it's a loaded one with so many left arms and legs to it. But what I would say is that's where we get paid to identify that, because some people, if you, like for instance, in as much as I wish Ghana has its own airplane, which should be, it's getting embarrassing that Ghana Airways is gone, and now you see Ethiopian Airways, you see Nigerian Airways, you go all the international, but you see all these airlines, Ugandan Airways and Ghana, we go up and down and all those. It's embarrassing. I'm not asking for planes to come to be a pilot, because I don't like height, all right? Even though I'm traveling all over, I don't like height. I can't be a pilot. I cannot be a neurosurgeon or a doctor, a medical doctor for that matter, because I don't like blood. So then, if you put somebody in front of you, you're going to kill the person, because I can't. I'll die before the person actually survives. So it's about knowing who you are. What do you have in your hands? A lot of people don't know what they have in their hands. Our job, governmentally, private sector, public sector, is to identify what you have in your hands. Meaning what talent, a lot of people have talent, they don't know it. Our job is to unearth those talent, for them to say, wow, I've known a lot of we are very talented. Ghanaians, we are super, super, super smart. That's why when a lot of people, I'm not saying all the time, please, I don't want to be misjudged. We have talents. But when they travel, they have a lot of opportunities. Before you realize, somebody who almost looked like useless person on the street is a medical doctor. Coming back, is a lawyer, is an attorney, is doing so many things, because they have the talents that are hidden within them. So we need to not rush. As a government, the policies and strategies are different. As individuals, the policies and strategies are different. By yourself, we look up too much, forgetting ourselves. When you point one finger to somebody, say, you should help me, three is pointing back at you. So you got to look at yourself and say, what are you good at? Or what do you think you're passionate about? That's why there's a difference between job, J-O-B, passion that you have naturally, and profession, which is career, right? So you got to know which one. People are going to jump to pay their bills.
Yeah.
But trust me, that's not really their passion. If they have money now, you're going to say, all those resources amount the 34 million, or for that matter, citizens that we have, you're going to say, all those resources amount the 34 million, or for that matter, citizens that we have in the country. Well, minus children, let's even assume conservatively, we have 15 million adults. We don't want to waste because we are too smart for that. That's my suggestion.
Well, that's interesting. You know, in our first conversation, initial conversations, we're speaking on the fact that we have gold, we have diamond, we have bauxite. I think quite recently, we're talking about lithium and things like that. But it looks like on the negotiation table, we are always falling short behind. We are always some 3%, 5%, 7%, and it looks like, what is the problem? Why are we not able to, meet the Western market there 50-50 when it comes to negotiation table?
Oh my goodness. So when sometimes respectfully you sell your birthright, the father, that's what happens sometimes. And I'm going to say it as because I'm a Ghanaian. All right. The father, you are the CEO of, for instance, a petroleum company, does not make you the best negotiator in the petroleum industry. The father, you are even the president of the country, does not make you the negotiator. That is what respectfully some of us do, right? I had opportunity, and a lot of people out there, because who are smart, who knows the nitty-gritty and how to do total cost of ownership negotiation, not just total cost and you think you're making money. No, we're leaving a lot of money on the table. We're leaving a lot of opportunities on the table. We're selling our birthright, mostly not because we know it, it's out of also ignorance, because we don't want to be humble to surround ourselves with people who are smarter than us within certain fields to make us whole.
Okay.
All right. So that is, I've had opportunity where I was flown with top officials who owns their own company, CEOs, to say, you know what, give me the idea, go sit in front, you will negotiate for us. It does not take away their pride, but we make deals. So from government level, private level, you've got to identify people to know what it, and there is, for instance, I'll just give you a tip. What is BATNA? Those who are going there, what is BATNA? It's BATNA. Best alternative to negotiation agreement. What does that mean? Not the academic way. When can you walk away? When can you chest out? When do you negotiate? When I say negotiate, it's part of the negotiation. When do you toe to toe to say it has to be balanced? That's why America now, Trump, love him or hate him. Love him or hate him. You hit, he hit back. Because we've been too much beggars. That I think is about time for us to innovate. So even that is a negotiation. We should be grateful for Trump. Love him or hate him. It's not everything I mean, nobody's, I don't even love everything I do myself. Neither even you, my brother, right? But so love him or hate him, but we should be grateful he stopped US aid. I know a lot of people are angry, a lot of people are big, but the question is that it's time for Ghanaians to innovate. We have all these resources. They should turn US aid, for instance, into an opportunity for Ghana aid. We too can help others. When we have all these opportunities, we are not negotiating well, why are we going to IMF, for instance, to go for 3 billion when we have more than 34 billion sitting there? I don't want to go where it is. Think about it. There's a lot going on. There's nothing wrong when we need help. But we got to be thinking about the resources we have when you're importing toothpick. When chocolate, for instance, that we have is one of the best, probably competing with the Swiss chocolate. But you know why it's not doing well sometimes? It's too hard. You take a chocolate from here, it's good. It's probably they've done it because of the conditions and all that. I'm telling you, I buy chocolate for friends. I always like dressing local, trying to support the industry. We don't love ourselves. We don't love our own stuff. You buy the chocolate, they sell, boom. I mean, come on. It's so we are not making things in consumer to the international also market. You can make some for local to say that's all you like, that's fine. But when it's going internationally, I know they have to be shipped. Are you the only country shipping chocolates? That has to be so hard that the white person or the African American or the diaspora can't even bite it. They are struggling to bite. Come on. So I'm just using it as an example. So even though we are talking negotiations, these are some of the trade elements, things that we need. It's also part of negotiation, not just sitting in front. That fallacy. You can negotiate by the way you look, but even before they come to you, your posture alone in a good way can let people understand what they won't do with you, what they will do with you.
Well,
so negotiation has different ways. Non-verbal negotiation, verbal negotiation, written negotiation, things on the table. There's so much going on. So we got to identify what I know, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and I can call somebody to help me. So we need the help.
Wow. That's very true. We need the help. He is a business consultant for that matter, all right? Now, I'm getting excited at where the conversation is going. So you've mentioned a number of things, and it makes me feel that we take for granted some of the researches we really need to do in going into any venture, to look at the value chain, to look at things that the traditional mindset will not look at. So for instance, if I were going into a commercial farming, pineapple, I may want to look at, okay, so I have a market, you know, at Agbogboloshi, and well, so this is how to plant it, and okay, so who are the off-takers to take it after I have planted it and all that. What could be the missing things that a traditional mindset will not look at in order to scale up his investment in that pineapple, you know, commercial projects? I can hone something from what you're saying, but I just want us to be definitive now to look at, okay, so what are some of the areas that such a person should look at to scale up in order to be more profitable?
You can answer it yourself, and I can see your passion, and that's why I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You've done well for yourself, even the wisdom of sharing that. And it's also, I'm learning, by the way. I'm not here like know it all. No, I'm still learning.
You're an inspiration, actually.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
I'm
you so
enjoying
much.
myself here. Yeah.
Thank you. Using the pineapple, for instance, is just one of them. Because we can talk the same thing about the gold. We can talk about we need to be the ones adding value. That's where we leave money on the table. Well, you want to farm? Go and farm. Whether there's drought or not, you do it. I'll cross my leg. When you finish farming, I'll buy the product as is. I'm not going to buy empty drought. I'm not going to buy, no, what is there, whether you lost or not, I'll buy cheap. And I'll add value to it. If people buy, what's the name? Goat. You sell the goat, that's fine. Maybe because you don't have the resources. So what I'm saying is that that's why partnerships are important. You know,
partnerships.
You sell the goat, I'll buy the goat to you. Buy goat, buy. What I would do with that goat and turn it to something else. Maybe I want to breed it, turn it into goat. There's a goat meal. People don't know what it is. We are chasing things. You know the way you go around lately, you see a lot of people. What a shock! What a shock! We never had that. What a shock in the olden times. My parents' time, the what a shock. It's never happened. They die old age mostly. But now people at certain ages, it's what we are putting into ourselves. The things that are going on in our system. We think we're having life and look. No, we're killing ourselves. So to me, we need to create a partnership loophole with these folks to make not that person who has worked so hard to demean the person. As a supply chain expert, the value chain, the processes to the end user, that's what I look into to see. When you start adding value to the thing, that pineapple, for instance, you talk about, I'll take your pineapple, maybe the body or the skin, I'm going to use it for medicine for something. I'll use it for tea, something, or turn it into, get scientific something to it. Use the pineapple juice for something, bottle it. I'm selling that bottle 50 Ghana. I bought your 50 pesos. So 50 cents or whatever, 5 cents, whatever. So when you start adding value, you see that the rich people are the guys who are adding value. To especially our farm product or farm produce or anything you do, even our gold, you can go there. You know, like, it's funny, I'm not wearing my chain today. I've had chain for 17 years. It's a Ghanaian chain, bought to me by my wife, right? And the truth is that if value was not added as a genuine gold chain, I wouldn't have it for all these years. But probably somebody sold the gold cheap. But somebody bought it and added value and added times 200.
Yeah.
I'll end on this note. When I talk about partnership, a lot of people are making money. They are having 100% of their business, which is okay. But 100% of maybe 10,000 Ghana cedis, which is 100% of about 800 or whatever, I don't know, $700. You think you are making it. Take your 100% of that amount. I'll partner with the right people. Not, you can't partner with the wrong people too. So I'll partner with the right people and get 10%, not 100% of 10 million. So people are not, you are not getting the negotiation. We are too much into minkwa nyeko minkuto type of thing. We kind of wake up, but there are people who can dribble you. They are thieves. So you don't partner with everybody. But I love partnership. That is why I'm not stressed. I'm much older than you think, but you see it. I ain't stressed because I don't want, and I don't like people who stress me to be part of my business partnership with me. So those areas are very critical for us to be successful.
Well, thank you so much. Quite some information there, actually, when it comes to partnerships. So, for instance, a foreigner or an expatriate comes down and wants to invest with a local investor, and maybe the local investor does not have the money, but maybe understands that, okay, this set of values can be added to my farm produce, but I don't have what it takes for instance, to build a factory, but I can partner with somebody who has the right material so that I can add value to my products and everything stays in here in the country. And of course, the GDP rate also increases. There's direct and indirect influence or impact on the economy because then everything stays here. Now, before I let you go, because there's a lot we could talk about, but for the sake of time, talking on partnerships, what? Now I'm saying this because I know that, well, from time immemorial, we've been trying to partner with whites, trying to partner with Portuguese, trying to partner with the British and all that. You know, we bring one man for a bag of sugar and things like that. What I have observed is that cheating can go on, for the lack of a better technical word. But, okay, so what will make me have to go away and feel that I got the right value for this thing that I'm providing? I'm selling my child for one bag of sugar or a certain square meter of mirror. Well, I may say that my forefathers didn't do well, but I'm in my now. And then I'm going to, for the same gold, I'm going to exchange it for something. Well, gold for oil, gold for this or gold for that. We are in that kind of interesting system now. But how do I make sure I get the best value in any given product or service?
Excellent. Yes. I think I'm very passionate about this area, especially for my people, myself, and also being a native. We don't like to pay. So if you don't pay an idea, the partnership begins from even go and beg an attorney or go and beg somebody around who might have a bit of knowledge to come into the play with you to guide you, even if you don't have money. I was talking about partner, best alternative negotiation. It's also, you got to know when you walk away. You will not regret it. Don't bluff. It's not the bluff, walk away. It's the one you're like, no, this is not the right thing for me. So getting people to support you because you might be naive is important. Sometimes we try to be everything. You want to be
admitting that you're naive.
And it's important. And so I'm taking it from a very community, individual level, truncating it into community level, enlarging it into national level, regional and national level, and then now governmental. Because you mentioned certain countries, certain things. There is no country on earth that comes to you because they love you so much. Hello? There is no country that comes to you when they come for negotiation, they are in for their country. That should be your posture. If you go for a visa, you go to that embassy to go for a visa. You know what they think about you first? You are an immigrant, you won't come back. So they have that posture. That's why they interview you. Are you sure? What do you have? Properties, this, do you have a child? Are you married? They try to make sure, would you come back? In negotiation, is the same thing. Sometimes we go in thinking that people are, because we went out and had a drink the night before, it's all part of it. They're breaking you down,
making you soft.
It could be positive, it could be negative, but you got to know when to say no, when to say yes, when to step your feet, to say no without doing, and justify your value. You can't speak just English. You got to articulate your value and let the person know, wow. So who you go with, who goes around with you, who sits with you, it's also critically important. So to me, those are the processes that you can go with. Don't go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. Well, if you want to go fast, go alone. But you can be faster, but duplicate things quickly, wrongly.
Wow.
So duplication and fast does not mean success. You can be fast, but you're wrong. So it's always good to do your homework, sit down and see, what can I do? You can also use your property as an equity to say, you know what, I don't want you to just give me some 50% now because I'm hungry now, but the other 50%, let me be a share, give me 2% of the deals. But we rush into, give me, buy. By the way, I'm not saying this for some of the guys I'm talking to come but the point is, those are things you need people to guide you, and we don't want to pay. So maybe because that lawyer or that people like us will be part of the deal, and you don't want us to get, so you leave a lot of money on the table. So there are people out there who are so smart who can help you. So those are things that we got to be looking.
So it can be possible that you may not have money to pay a certain expertise now, but then it means you can give the person a point something. The deal, so the person becomes part of the system.
If it's a good deal, the person would like to make a deal out of it. Currently, I have almost 600 hectare land somewhere. I won't mention. It's something between my wife and some other top officials. Somewhere, paid for, leased for years. I'm working on. I'm getting calls left and right on what investors coming. I may not have the resources to put in. It's been 4 years now. Now I'm trying to get, I may not put resources in, trying to get investors in. We would all get our share because of the value, what the land produces, what is the texture of the land. You get geologists to make sure what else is on the land. Does it have even stones that we can use into a quarry? Does it have this? So sometimes when you say negotiation, it's about when they say leave money on the table, somebody takes and say, oh, can I get this room? You forgot, oh, the room have other advantages that they can leverage on. Oh, can I get your land? Oh, why not? I want the land. But before you realize, they're digging other things beyond what you think is a real estate. So you need someone to help you in life. This is, I don't want us to be too here. Let's come down to basic life. You always need help. I always seek for help when I need it. It's important.
We always need help. Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll have to wrap up on this session, but one more question, and then we are done. To the young entrepreneur, probably who has just finished school and is looking into doing a few things, investments here and there, which areas, if it were you, would you advise yourself to look at based on your experience on the ground? Which areas would you look at? Is it in the recycling or is it in the farming? Real estate can be very broad depending on which aspect, but which areas would you advise any young entrepreneur to begin to focus on step to step, step to step?
First, are you born an entrepreneur? You
Okay.
got to know, it's becoming a buzz. It's like marriage. Everybody's marrying, so let's marry.
Okay.
Are you even an entrepreneur? There are people I know who are prominent people, but they work with people and they're successful. That's one. Second, what do you have in your hands?
Mm.
That's why I said, I cannot, my job is to align the right people to unearth their talent. So it's good to have conversation to know, are you making this decision because of short-termism? Because you're hungry now, so Vanessa, let's take it like that. Or it is truly something you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I can't wait to go to work. If you wake up from bed, you're like, oh my God, that job again. You're in the wrong job.
Okay.
There are times we all get tired, even with the job we like. You're like, oh, my body's tired today. It's different. But when every time you're like, man, something is wrong. So first, are they entrepreneurs? The fact that you finished school doesn't mean you're an entrepreneur. I'll give you a very practical example. There's a young guy, I've known him for the past 6 years. I met him at Legon, and I was getting lost sometime, and he showed me where to go, and he sat in my car. He's become a good friend. I interviewed him just a couple of days ago. I've asked him to call me, to text me every 2 weeks. There's a reason.
Okay.
He's a geologist, finished school. He's worked with Ghana Highways. He's done everything. The guy is in Seshuyoso right now, struggling. When you listen to him speak, when he was talking, I'm saying, this guy is talented. He's somebody I have passion for. Do you know, even though he's doing geology, after interviewing him, do you know really what he wants to do? He's good at his job. Do you know what he wants to do? After university for years.
Tell me.
He wants to be a businessman. I said, why? When I probed, when he was giving me the layers of business ideas that he has. So are you getting what I'm trying to say? So such a person has finished Legon University and is just struggling, no job. After internship, no job. After, no internship, national service,
yes.
No job. He's struggling. Such a person probably might only be a successful entrepreneur after they've worked with people to know how to fail, how to succeed. Failing is also a good way to succeed. It's not that you climb all the ladders. So I would advise that get to know yourself, get somebody to coach and guide you, read good books, listen to people. I'm an author, but I don't read that much. But the truth is, I like to listen to people's experiences. So get to know if you are truly who you think you can be. Then you come back to say, no, this is really what I want to do. I think my advice for them is just to go within themselves. I think they'll get to that point.
Go within yourself. So I think that the dispensations of not finding a job or something lucrative to do yet should not be a time of boredom, of depression. It should be a time of personal retrospection, researches, information gathering, partnerships, networking. And I think that I'm hearing so much from what you're saying, and there's so much more we can learn from this. I think that you should listen to this again. If you've listened to us, listen to this again. There's so much information in there that you can use to just, prop yourself up no matter where you are. I've enjoyed this session, and I hope you have too. It's been Evans Kwesi Mensah,
Don't forget
business. The Salom, I shouldn't forget the Salom. Well, by the way, Salom means that God loves me, all right? He's my elder brother, by the way, and I'm proud of that. There's so much about him, and it's good to have you in the studio. Thank you so much,
brother. I'm proud of you
for granting us this time and this moment.
It's an honor.
And so to our viewers, it's been Volker Brown, it's been Solution Ghana, and you can see it for yourself. This is the Solution Resource Center. Let's keep up and tell me something you've learned today. God bless you, and God bless our homeland. See you another time.